time. No one has any more, any minute, any hour, any day than anyone else. So why is it that some people seem to have more of it than we do? Why is it that some people seem to get more done in the same amount of time that we have?
Do you know who it is? In this room. Who is it? Don't give me that look. No.
There are 86,400 seconds in each day, 1,440 minutes. We know it as 24 hours. So what is it about our days that gets away from us? We sleep for maybe a third, we work for another third, and then we have to do things like, well, eat and shower or scroll. And when we have kids, you add kids to that, and it's like we have to fit 26, 28, 36 hours into every 24.
What is this illusion?
No, this is real.
What is happening?
Just as you gave Caecilius powers from your dimension, I brought a little power from mine. This is time. Endless, looped time.
How is it possible that we find time to invest in ourselves, to do the things that we know will improve us, will change our future? How is it possible? Now, you may not believe this, but there are ways to get more time for yourself in each and every day. 7 hacks to find more time to invest in yourself and to change what's possible for you.
Who's your source? What's his name? What's your source's name?
Look, what's going on? Why are these people after me?
Because you found something.
Interested? Good. Then let's take a look together. Hi, I'm James Callahan, and this is the Do-Over Show, where we do find time to do the things that we should have done first time around. And the absolutely essential thing about making a successful do-over is to find the time to invest in a new course of life. So, is it possible? Can we hack time? Can we find more time in that 24 hours, that only 24 hours that we have each and every day? Yes, and it's not even magic, Hermione. Here are 7 ways that you can find more time to do what you want to do each and every day. The first one is pretty obvious, and that is your commute. Not having one adds time to your life, to your day, each and every day. Do the simple math. 1 hour commute each way, each day is 2 hours a day, 10 hours a week. That's more than an extra work day. And when you add that up, that's 500 hours per year that you spend in a train, in a car, walking, getting yourself from here to there. Yes, we can do things in that commute time. I once had a long commute, 2.5 hours round trip every single day. And I listened to podcasts and books on tape. And sometimes I just listened to music. And sometimes I just needed some time. And driving or riding in a bus or on a train made that possible. But the alternative to that, having time that I controlled and that I would have some quality in, that meant leaving that job for an even better job. And that was a great time saver for me. Not only did it save time, but it dramatically transformed the way I was able to accomplish things in my life. Now, after you do the math and you figure out what is it that you're spending each day just getting to and from work, you have to ask yourself, why didn't we know about this before? Well, because we didn't have to do it before. With 2020 hitting us and the pandemic, we've had to adjust, and many employers have adjusted, and many of us have adjusted, and we say, I can actually accomplish more if I don't have to commute to and from a job every day. I remember the first day in a new opportunity that I had. I sat down in the office and I spent 6.5 of 8.5 hours in the office that day on my computer in Zoom meetings. Why did I commute an hour each way to do that? I could sit in the home, like pajama bottoms, nice shirt, and accomplish even more that day. So something is important to you, something like gaining back an hour or 2 every single day with your commute. That's something worth going for your job, to have the kind of time and investment that you can make in yourself. The second hack is about how we do have our meetings, whether it's online or in person. It's become routine these days for people to give us a gift, and that is end a meeting early. If it's a 60-minute meeting and we end it after 38 minutes, someone could say, you know what, I'm going to give you your time back. Time back? I've got time that was blocked off for a meeting and now that meeting is ended. Yes, it's a gift. Those blocks of time, those opportunities give us a chance of buying back some time that we had otherwise had scheduled for us or lost. Now, if it's not your meeting and you don't have the opportunity of giving people back their time, when it happens to you, make sure you immediately vocalize it. You are grateful. You praise them and say, that is really, really important. Thank you so much. That's considerate. I appreciate that. And make it your mission at work and in the way you do your meetings to be the one who is always appreciative and giving a hint that you're going to use that time very effectively and that you're grateful for it. You'll find that that begins to influence how people run their meetings.
Damn it, why didn't you say so? Come here, brother. Give me a hug. Bring it in for the real thing.
The next hack is to try a uniform. Yeah, just like the billionaires do. Why do you think they do that? Why do you think they don't take any time to think about what they're going to wear each day? Now, I know a lot of billionaires do, but the famous ones, Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, they wear pretty much a uniform every day. Imagine how much mental and emotional energy we would spare ourselves and money from shopping if we didn't have to obsess about what am I going to wear tomorrow? What am I going to wear to that meeting? I wonder if this goes with that. And instead, we just got over our ego. Now, if you're in the fashion industry, I get it. You're not up for this. But for most of us, adopting a uniform can become a trademark. And we can look at it as a way of, yes, not only saving time and money, but it can become part of our personality. The fourth hack has to do with food prep. Whether you prepare your meals all at once on the weekend so that you're all set for the week, or whether you order kits that come in the mail and are delivered to you, depending on how expensive they are, there's always a discount coupon the first time around. But food prep has given us a new opportunity to rearrange every day so that we're not spending time cooking from scratch every single day for every single meal. Food prep, not only for lunch, but for dinners, whether it's freezing or refrigerating ahead of time, gives us a way, and usually does save money. You can add variety in that. It doesn't have to be the same meal every single day like some YouTubers have, but you can actually save a great deal of time by doing food prep. Now, there's this old tradition about fasting and praying that we often get wrong. I just want to throw it in here as a little anecdote, and that is most people think that you fast, you don't eat in order to pray because you're going to make some sacrifice. Well, think about it this way. In a world in which preparing a meal took hours for every single meal, if you decide I'm not going to eat that meal, you've given yourself back hours and hours of time if you're a food preparer. Now imagine what you're going to use that time for. So the fasting and prayer thing, that was about giving up the time that you're going to use for food preparation. It wasn't just that you're not going to eat, it was giving up the food prep time. If you can do that in your life and give yourself to do something good, whether it's pray or being more productive in your work life, then you've found time that you didn't have yesterday. The fifth hack, this one's counterintuitive, and that is to be early for everything, to be 5 or 10 minutes early for each and every meeting. Now, I know, counterintuitive, you say I'm wasting 5 or 10 minutes on the front end. Now, here's what happens. You start showing up 5 and 10 minutes early, and you have to start arranging the time leading up to the meeting to get yourself there early, 5 or 10 minutes early. I grew up as a kid in a household where my father used to say, if you're on time, you're late. That is the idea of showing up. What it does means that we'll start to work over our schedule as we lead up to that time. And we'll magically find that we have more time so that we can be there early for a meeting, for an event, for an appointment, 5 or 10 minutes early. And by the way, it really helps with your reputation when you're early and never late for an event. The sixth hack is pretty basic, and that is to budget your time. It takes some effort, but just to figure out, track your time. Just pay attention for a day. How much time did I spend doing that? How long did it take me in the bathroom this morning? What did I do when I was in that meeting? How much time did it take to write that report? I do it with things like creating short videos for marketing work. And I'd say, okay, I'm going to give myself 45 minutes to prepare a 60-second video. Most people hear that and they're like, 45 minutes? There's no way you'll be able to do it. Until you actually do it. And then you realize, I can do it in probably 45 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. Is it going to be as good as an hour-long video? Usually it is. And that's the painful part of budgeting for time. So just take your ego out of it and look at your schedule and keep track of it. Now, I know if you're billing somebody every 6 minutes, you're used to this. But even that, Figuring out how we use our day, budgeting it like we would budgeting our money, is an important way of hacking the way we have time available to us. And we'll be able to figure out, how much time did I spend? And why did TikTok tell me that, hey, I've been scrolling for a while? Well, it's probably because I have been. And that brings us to the last one, and it's still connected with ego, and that is, have you ever heard the expression, done is better than perfect? For most of us, we're reluctant to publish, share, to go live with things because it could be better, and I don't know if that reflects well on me. Get over yourself and just start to produce more. You'll find that by producing more, there's forgiveness in volume. And when you produce more, people will get the idea. I love it. During the pandemic early days, people went with this high production value of we got to make more of things virtually available. And they had these highly structured, professionally done meetings and Zoom events. And instead, the ones that turned out to work and be more effective are the ones that were done haphazardly, that started awkwardly, that didn't seem to be scripted and just flowed from the moment, like real human beings handle things that are just happening in the moment. And a lot of advice out there about time management is about not doing things, giving up on things, avoiding things, like I'm gonna not waste time doing that. Well, for example, in my work, social media is part of what I do for a living. So for me to give up social media or to sacrifice it means I'm not going to have that investment in my own awareness of what is trending now, what is important now, what people looking at now. So I can't give that up. Now, it's not just finding a value in each of the things that we do, but it's finding out whether or not I'm going to do something that I think is an investment in me, that I can redeem that time, that I can take control of that time. And the more we're able to control our use of time, not just saving it, but spending it in a way that's effective and is an investment in us, the more quality and opportunity we'll have of changing the course of our life and getting our do-over right. Now, I've done a video on upping our productivity and getting over the excuse of writer's block, and I think it will be helpful if you take a look at it. So why don't you check out that video here? And thanks for being part of the Do-Over Show. Please, could you tap the like button because it really helps. And while you're down there, how about you subscribe and ring the notifications bell so you don't miss the next episode. I'm so glad you found me, and I found you. Thanks.